years ago, the song Happy was an international sensation for Pharrell Williams. But music is just one of the creative outlets for this most versatile of artists, as Kelefa Sanneh discovered.
So you told me you do some of your best work in the rain.
When it's raining. Not in the rain.
Not in the rain, but when it's raining.
On a rainy day in Paris, Pharrell Williams was at the headquarters of Louis Vuitton, living the dream.
This is your office? More like a dream space.
Last February, Williams was appointed the men's creative director.
When you got this offer to come here, was there any uncertainty that this is what you wanted to do?
I couldn't believe it. I still can't believe it.
How's your French?
It's there.
I'm sure it's better than it was a couple years ago.
Oh, I know way more words than I can speak, but I think that's an effect of like Duolingo. Shameless plug.
He oversees a staff of 200 and has already launched 4 new collections. His most recent, at UNESCO, paid tribute to the variety of the human race.
Right now, what you're seeing is you see this color gradient. We started from the darkest all the way to the lightest.
What's the most satisfying part to you? Is it watching all these looks coming down the runway?
You're gonna hate this answer.
Uh-oh.
All of it.
All of it is satisfying.
Come on, man, it's a dream.
It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes.
For more than 3 decades, he's been helping to make some of pop music's biggest hits, from Hot in Here to Holla Back Girl, while helping to bridge the gap between pop culture and high fashion. He says the runway is just another way for him to show people who he is.
I always want to evoke a sense of joy, because I feel like the world, there's a deficit of joy.
But I imagine you do still have to pay attention to, are people buying these clothes that I made?
Sure, that's where you start questioning the success, but like, man, you gotta enjoy it. If you enjoy it, 9 times out of 10, somebody else gonna enjoy it.
Go ahead on the set.
Hey, Pharrell.
Hey, how you doing, man? You know what'd be cool is if we told my story with Lego pieces.
Seriously?
Now there's something new to enjoy. Piece by Piece, an animated Lego movie about his life, directed by the award-winning documentarian Morgan Neville.
And build it piece by piece.
Last month, we caught up with Williams at the Toronto Film Festival. He says he still can't believe he got to make this film.
I'm from a marginalized community where we often hear the word no all the time. You know, for whatever reason, we got a lot of yeses.
This seems like one of your superpowers, is getting people to say yes to things they might otherwise say no to.
It wasn't that hard. It's just harder for people who look like me. When we tell it in Lego, now it's universal. Replace black with LGBTQIA or Indian or Asian or short or plus size, anything. You know, Lego is the great equalizer.
I felt like everybody else was like, oh, that's an odd child. He's odd.
And that crushed my spirit.
As a boy growing up in a Virginia Beach apartment complex, Williams, a self-described misfit, saw and heard the world differently than most people.
I was seeing colors. It's called synesthesia. For me, sight and sound are connected, so they send ghost images to each other. It's a condition, but also at the same time, it's a gift, because I don't know how I would make music if I couldn't see it. That's the way that I conceptualize it.
With his childhood friend Chad Hugo, he formed a duo called the Neptunes. They were discovered by the music producer Teddy Riley, who saw them perform at a high school talent show. In 1992, around the time of his 19th birthday, Williams helped Riley write a hit single called Rump Shaker.
Now let me see you shake it rump like a rump shaker. All I wanna do is zoom, 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 zoom.
If it wasn't for Teddy Riley, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. Because I was in Virginia Beach, Virginia, where there was no music studio or music industry or anything like that.
The Neptunes produced a string of hits, and then Williams branched out on his own, becoming a real pop star. His voice was everywhere. Although Williams himself had mixed feelings about it.
I had a song called Beautiful with Snoop, right?
Yeah.
Girls heard me singing that. I heard Mickey Mouse. I swear to you, when you just get a moment and you just listen, you'll never be able to unhear it again. But that's what I hear.
Right. Sexy Mickey Mouse.
No, not sexy, just Mickey Mouse.
Regular Mickey Mouse, you're
Yeah,
saying.
it was wild for me.
By the early 2000s, Williams says he felt lost. Why did you get lost?
I had moved away from being a student, and things became formulaic. That was troubling to my spirit, and I could no longer feel what I was doing.
She's up all night to the sun. I'm up all night to get some.
He rebounded by being a bit more open to new ideas, working with Daft Punk on Get Lucky, and Robin Thicke on Blurred Lines. And the producers of Despicable Me 2 asked him to write a song for the soundtrack.
Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do.
Something happy.
I would have never written a song called Happy. It was commissioned for me to do.
Right.
And on top of that, I didn't think I was gonna have any more like hit records. The universe was like, well, not only are you wrong about that, but I'm gonna have 3 different commissions come from 3 different places, and these are gonna be the biggest records for you.
Right.
It just humbled me because it was like, I couldn't be pompous. I couldn't be arrogant.
Naturally, Williams, now 51, created the theme song for the new movie. He played it for us in Paris. He's put a music studio in his office so he can make songs while simultaneously working on the next Louis Vuitton collection. But he says he never feels as if he's on the clock.
People's livelihoods are depending on you coming up with some stuff. Does that pressure ever take some of the joy away from it?
It's not a pressure, it's a privilege.
It's never a pressure?
It's a privilege. You can't go wrong when your aim is to enjoy what you do. You can't go wrong.